Hello there people, my name is Sho and welcome to another episode of Game Things. You know that feeling when you had to pee but you are still in a match of an online game that you cannot pause and you just have to deal with it? Yep, that is definitely not me when I'm delivering the flash news. Remember EA Origins, the game launcher that nobody uses but you just have to install it in order to play certain EA titles? Even when you are launching the game from your Steam library? Well, EA Origin is no more, and EA App is how it is going to be called. Now, what's the difference, you ask? The short answer is that it is the same pain in the pitch hole you will have to endure with whenever you launch an EA title that requires it. Other than that, the EA app is just nothing sexy to talk about. On the flip side, I definitely log into my Epic launcher more frequent than the EA's app because at least there are candies given out by Epic every week. The EA app beta phase has ended and it is now available to anyone who wishes to experience the app that gives you, and I quote, a streamlined and optimized user interface that gets you into your game faster than ever before. Moving on. On October 8, 2022, official Atlas West on Twitter had announced that Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden will be released on multiple modern platforms on January 19, 2023. Persona 3 Portable is coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, Xbox Game Pass, Nintendo Switch, as well as PC on January 19, 2023. Persona 4 Golden had its great launch back in June 2020 on Steam and will be made available on the same platform as Persona 3 Portable on the same release date. Persona 5 Royal, on the other hand, the game is going to be released this month on October 21st, 2022 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, Xbox Game Pass, Nintendo Switch, as well as PC, so keep your eyes on that and plan your annual leave accordingly. Next is a new entry to the Need for Speed franchise. Need for Speed Unbound is releasing on December 12, 2022 through PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, as well as PC. I'm a casual player when it comes to racing games, and if it looks cool, plays well, and has a Need for Speed in the game title, it probably is a racing game that can meet my expectation for games in this genre. Know that there is a standard edition of the game and a Palace edition where players can get in-game bonuses of 4 custom cars, clothing pack, driving effects, decals, character pose, and banner artwork. Also, being an EA Play member can have early access to the game starting November 29th, 2022 with a 10-hour trial, and if you were to get the game in the end, your save progress will carry over to the full game. God of War Ragnarok is getting delayed no more. Following its tweet by Santa Monica Studio, God of War Ragnarok, the game has gone gold, meaning the game is complete and has now reached its final stage before its release, which is to be manufactured in mass quantity. We are less than a month away from God of War Ragnarok releases for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, both on November 9th, 2022. And if there's ever a game that was released more than it should have been, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is definitely on the top of the list. The game is yet again being released, and this time it is on the Epic Games Store, launched on October 6, 2022. This is an anniversary edition which will cost $50 and if you are an existing owner of the vanilla game, the anniversary edition upgrade will cost you $20. The anniversary edition will get you the base game with all 3 expansions, namely Dawnguard, Halfire, and Dragonborn, with the addition of fishing mechanic as well as a variety of Creation Club content. To those who don't know, Creation Club is a collection of all new content which can include but not limited to new items, abilities, and gameplays that are developed by Bethesda Game Studios and other development partners which include community creators. And together, they make contents that are compatible with the main game and official add-ons. And if you're one of them who are complaining about Bethesda re-releasing the Skyrim game over and over again, perhaps you need to stop buying them. Or all of us gotta stop buying them, because that is apparently what is happening. And while people are enjoying Overwatch 2 on launch date, I have been struggling to get it work, as Battle.net will ask you to attach a phone number to your Battle.net account in order to play the game. And because I have previously set my residing country in the US, I will have to buy a US phone number which I currently do not have. Note that prepaid and voice over IP are not accepted, and Blizzard not being quick with the customer support email on my request to change my residing country certainly doesn't help with the situation as well. The same requirement will be applied to the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which will see its campaign releasing on October 20th, 2022, with the full game launching on October 28th, 2022. The early access to the campaign mode made available on October 20th, 2022 is for those who pre-ordered the game, and early access should start at 1 PM Eastern Time, 5 PM Greenwich Mean Time, or 10 AM Pacific Time. If you are one of them who have not bought your phone number to your Battle.net account and you wish to play the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, better make sure you sort things out by then to be able to enjoy the game on launch date. That is, if you don't already bought the game on Steam, because while Activision ID is required, the ID should be able to link to your Steam registered phone number instead, which will be a much easier way to play the game compared to using the Battle.net launcher, which Overwatch 2 doesn't have a release on Steam, sadly. Coming to the game release of the week, we have No More Heroes 3, a hack and slash beat 'em up action game with a touch of comedy, where you the player will be playing as Travis Touchdown, an otaku assassin who slashes his way to the top of the galactic superhero ranking with his trusty beam katana. The game is mature rated, so expect some blood and gore actions with strong language throughout your gameplay. After its original release on a Nintendo Switch back in August 2021, No More Heroes 3 is coming to other platforms, this time on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, as well as PC on October 14, 2022. The next game on the list, fans of the building, puzzle, sandbox genre, and LEGO will want to check this out. LEGO Bricktales is a puzzle adventure where players will experience the intuitive brick-by-brick building mechanic to solve puzzles while experiencing a charming story as you explore the beautiful LEGO 3D scene and help people inhabiting there. This game kind of reminds me of Polybridge, and if you're a fan of that game, definitely check this one out. LEGO Bricktales is out for the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, Nintendo Switch, as well as PC on October 12, 2022. A turn-based tactics strategy RPG that was previously released on a Nintendo Switch, Triangle Strategy is now available on PC via Steam starting October 13, 2022. If you have a physical copy of the Nintendo Switch, I would say keep it, because the price for the digital version on Steam is much higher than what I would have gotten with a Nintendo Switch physical copy, especially used. But if Steam Achievements is your thing, the game does have it, and perhaps you could wishlist the game now and buy it when the game got a bigger discount. Next is an indie game, Scorn, a first-person atmospheric adventure game with horror and gore elements in the mix. The game has different locations with its own theme and story, puzzles, and characters that are integral in creating this cohesive world. Acquire different skill sets, weapons, and various items throughout your gameplay of Scorn, as the game made available for Xbox One, Series X and Series S, as well as PC on October 14, 2022. Finally, we have Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 Slime Speedaway. I would like to skip all the introductions and tell you that this looks like a Mario Kart inspired game skinned with Nickelodeon characters. The game features more than 40 iconic characters with voice acting, and you as the player will race your way to the finish line with support for split screen play, let it be local or online multiplayer session. I personally don't need more kart racers to play, but if the game doesn't cost too much, I guess you can take advantage of the Steam refund window of 2 hours of gameplay to simply try the game out yourself. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 Slime Speedaway is made available for the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S, Nintendo Switch, as well as PC on October 14, 2022. As for the freebies, this week on Epic Games Store you can claim yourself a copy of Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove. In short, this is a casual roguelike experience that I think would be hard to get in if you're a new player. But for those who feel that hit of nostalgia from this franchise, they will certainly be more inclined to try this on PC. The game does support 4-player co-op play, which I believe will be a much better way to experience the game, especially if you want to try out the game as a new player. Remember to claim Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove from Epic Games Store starting October 13, 2022, and the offer will last until October 20th. With that marks the end of this week's Game Things. Be sure to give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe for more videos like this one from us every week.